Welcome back to Rock Reacts. This is for the Renegades. Part 3 of Money Game. This will complete the trilogy. I've watched them kind of one at a time. But anyway, you don't want to hear all that. You don't want to hear let me tell you my life story. You don't want a life story. Is that Ren playing that? Because I know... that's weird. If it is, I know he's got a ton of tattoos now. He's got Sick Boy, and he's got, like, the Sick Boy design and a few other things. But is this back pre-tats? And if that's him, can he play that good? I know he can play, but... Maybe, no, it's not him, because he wouldn't have that. Maybe it is. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. Well, happy dance. Oh. Beautiful piece. Oh. So cool. I love the way that's like live. The microphones are picking up all the sounds. It's just, it makes you feel like you're there. I love that. Okay. I love it. Somebody said Ren drew eyes on the guy in the first one so he could see. What is that? The unmasking. It is. He can play that good. You got to fix the hair. I had to say that. You have to. You take off the thing and you're like, if you saw what was under here, you'd be like, yeah. Oh, nice. I like that rasp in the a little bit of rasp.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly, 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 6.
This is interesting, the way it's kind of just like this form and this kind of narrative around Jimmy, and I wonder where this is going. I would speculate to guess that, I don't know, it's just the way everything seems so kind of perfect, in inverted commas, about how he's progressing through life and he's advancing, and I would expect that something is going to come from that's not good. Like he's got to be like this, I don't know, evil businessman or God knows, I don't know, something. I'm excited though, but I want to go back to just the beginning where this starts off.
1 year old and these pavements of his city. Jimmy, 1 year old and his first word.
So
let me tell tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme.
I like the way he's okay, but the first word Jimmy. Okay, well that's my name, Jim. Anyway, but I don't think he wrote this about me. But I like the way he's using a little breath, making a story kind of with mine, gimme. And he's kind of making this.
Old, he was walking. 3 years old, walking quickly. 4 years old, he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old, and his daddy told him, listen here, son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants.
I like the way, and that kind of that aggression, and learn to be a man. Like the, kind of like the roar of an older lion to tell the child what's what.
6 years old and he's reading.
To learn to be a man.
Put a bunch, and when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old,
Student
and he's
number 1, yep.
For unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Yes, money. Okay, so I didn't catch that before because I was like. Sometimes you don't catch, sometimes, every time, I don't catch everything right as we go. So that's why I kind of like to go back and rewind and things like that, because you miss stuff when you're watching the first time. You can't embrace, you can't capture everything. So it's hard to do that. But when he's talking about like money, so money's driving the mean. I can't remember what he said now because I'm yapping to him.
11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends.
Money is the means to all.
Solving complex mathematical equations at 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20.
Ooh, I like the change to the. So I'm not doing it, but
now you're a man.
Now you're a man.
Damn about you, so take all that you can. 19.
Take all you can. The greed.
Stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that change.
18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can.
I love this.
19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal.
Oh, if you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. Oh man, such poetry. This guy's he's a genius. This guy is a genius.
I'm about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28
and shells, aha. That was the other interpretation of shells. So she sells seashells by the seashore, shell as in a shell, and then shell as in the company, and then shells as in, and I think that somebody actually alluded to this before, is that shells like gun shells, okay?
Palace, that don't mean that you won.
Now this is like I love the fact is, like, the way he's bringing, he's not wiping the set clean. It's like everything from the set that was there before stays. So it's like you can still look back on the past and see what was there, and it's so cool because you're following this story, but I mean you're there in the present in the story as he's telling the story, but you're looking back and you can see the past that it's there. So you have this relationship with the past and what's going on. And the fact that everybody has a hood is even better because it's just like this. It's then a character that doesn't have to fit into any particular identity.
It's just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list. They're applauding his name. 25.
I love the way he's doing that. He changes his inflection and the tone and the shape of the vowels of his voice to kind of put on a little bit of a voice.
20 double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine.
Right there, life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. Is that meant to kind of, because he's, I mean, is it meant to be just kind of playing on the, it's hoity-toity, blah, 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 blah? Or is it like kind of, he's putting on a little bit of a drunk voice, so to speak, sort of because he's picked up the champagne?
Before he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27.
Arms, I love that. I switch his business to arms. Really kind of aggression for that.
Dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite.
I love that the fact also when he also there's a part of this where it's like it's not that he's completely like running out of breath, but he's using his breath in a different way.
Dealing nuclear and shells in Iran.
And shells in Iran, shells kind of falls apart a little bit. And shells in Iran.
8 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel.
And I'm not saying that like that's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing when it's falling apart a little bit like that, because it's the emotion, folks, and that's why we love music. That's why AI music and all this other tripe that's coming down the pipeline at us is. I mean, I don't know. It makes me so angry because it's like people like Ren who have a genuine ability and a passion to portray an emotion and for us to share that emotion with him, and then people just can go in, write a prompt and get some song that's
so in the president's suite.
I hate it.
30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over.
I love that. He changes his voice a little bit there, kind of like making a, like what's the word I'm looking for there? It's kind of like that, kind of a.
His daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with no body.
Okay, it's starting to get like, this is where it's getting kind of dark in the story and the music kind of very dissonant kind of. I like it. It's so cool. It's very, it's bringing that kind of a tension up in the song.
Out of Cuba, 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. Po-po in the U.S. That's police. That's kind of slang for police. Is that what he's saying? The po-po inside of it. Let me put up the lyrics, see if I can.
From the po-po inside of his pocket.
Yeah, from the po-po inside of his pocket. Is that something else?
35. He gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father.
I'm laughing because it's so cool. It's like, I was kind of going, is he going to actually have like some kind of conversation? And then I was like, right before I was like, no, Ren is just going to carry on the song and carry on the story.
Had a heart. 35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power.
Oh man, this is getting dark. I love the fact that he like goes and plays the part.
Heart attack, I'm sorry.
He's like playing the part of kind of each individual in a way. It's interesting, just the way he's
36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38,
like this
prostitute.
And actually, when did he undo his tie? Because that's part of the whole drunken mess.
36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37.
How did I miss that? Okay, this is like sorry. I have to go back because this is like, okay. Tie's fine there, isn't it? Wait. Hang on now.
31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32,
there he did it there.
Growing kilos to
Sneaky.
tons. 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
I love the edit. Inside of his pocket.
Nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
The way the pocket is like he uses the last of the breath that he can just to get at that emotion of use your words, Jim. The increase, the tension increase.
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his foot.
I guess the guy's kind of jogging across like just light jog. But that scared the crap out of me. Where is this thing coming from?
Against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Oh. So, let that be a lesson to any of you kids out there. Don't listen to your parents. Money's bad. Money's evil. So, see how he's playing the part. Now he's playing the part of every part. It's crazy.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy.
That is so. How did he count that in? What was it? Because I don't think that this is live. I think it's they're just playing along to the recording, but he's counting it in for a reason, so he could, like everybody could start. He could start, vocalizing, whatever you want to call it, rap, sing, whatever, and then the orchestra.
40.
No, just.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and
Whoa.
it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck for money and fame. Cut the music.
Whoa. Whoa. So deep. So deep the way he like tells this story about like, oh God, Jimmy's such a mess. And it's like, he's like, you and me, we're all a mess. We're all part of the money game.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
Uh-oh. Am I going to be guessing what's happening here? I just have to say about what everything he's talking about was something similar to what I was mentioning about AI, is that AI is this thing that created to just, it's for like kind of a money drive. People, everybody's AI, you can make money with AI, make money with AI, blah, 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 and all this stuff. Okay, let's make songs with AI. It's really simple, and the computer will do it for you, and people pay to listen. Yeah, it's like, stop. Oh, one off this roller coaster. And is that what he's going to do here?
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain.
Oh, wow. Wow. Man, that's so deep. All of everything about like the blown away here. And then the rain that comes down. Man, this is like they had to do this all in one take because you can't put the rain down and then they have to wait. Oh, we have to wait to let it dry. If anybody goofs up, we have to wait to let it dry. So it's like all in one take. And this is getting tense.
Drinking again. He is everything he wants. He is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame.
Oh.
Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh! Whoo! Oh my God. Whew. That was intense. That was like Ren's videos are like movies, man. They're just so cinematic, and his poetry and like he's a genius. He's definitely, I mean, I'm so grateful to now be like engulfing myself in his art, because he is just one of the true amazing artists of our time. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rock Reacts. Thanks.